So we print I, okay, backslash T, and then after which we'll print names, okay, backslash T, and lastly max, okay. So we do that then, as simple as that. Then each time we do that, we'll increment our counter by 1. So we increment our counter by 1. So that is it for merit display. Now we'll write our last function. Our last function will be a function to print the maximum and minimum, the name of the student with the maximum and minimum marks. Okay, so to do that, we'll define our function, which is maxmin, and this function will take as parameter data, that's the information concerning the student, and the marks. We need the marks to sort them. Okay, we need the marks of the students. Now we need to create some variables that will take in the minimum and maximum. So we'll call maxi for the maximum and mini for the minimum. And all of these are going to be gotten from maxi will be the maximum of marks we have in our list. Okay. And mini will be the minimum marks from our list. Okay. So now to print, we do something like a header. Okay. Where what we would like to print is depending on some conditions. First of all, we want to print only the names or with maximum marks. So we'll put a condition if no, let's call a for loop. Yeah, we'll call our for loop for the names and marks in our data. Okay, so we'll check. Now, if how do I do it in such a way that I verify just marks the match with the maximum so that I can print? Okay, before then, let me print a header for that. Print a header which will give me names. Oh, sorry. Names. That's a key. Max. Or maybe I will see names of students. students with highest mark. Okay. And then I will now print a header which will contain just name and a mark. Okay. Okay, maybe. Okay, so we are going to continue from where we ended. We are to take in the names and marks in data. So what we do is we verify if the marks we have in our list is equals to the maximum. Okay, since we have to print, so we verify that. Now what we do is if we verify and we see that it matches, we will simply print. Okay, we'll simply print the names first, followed by the marks. Okay, followed by the marks. Okay, so that's just what we'll do. Okay, so we'll do the same thing for sorry, my mouse is crazy. Okay, so we'll do the same thing, the same code, the names, but this time around we'll print by the students with the lowest mark. So lowest mark, and we'll take this instead of maxi now, we'll take the variable mini for the minimum. Okay, so if they match, we print the minimum. So I think that is it for this procedure. So the next now thing was calculated for mean. Okay, so mean and max. So the next thing we'll do now is just go to our main, start declaring our variables. So we have name student, which is our list that contains the names of all the students. We have mark students that contains the list of marks for all the students. Okay. We are also going to have anyway, we'll start by first of all calling on our procedure add students that will take in the name. This thing, my keyboard is messing up on me. That will take in as parameter the student name and the marks of the students. Okay, so that's the first procedure we'll call, and then we'll create a variable called data student or data stud that will be the record that we got from our function sort. Voila. You see, this function return the names sorted out in terms of marks. Okay, so we'll take it and call it here, so that we now take the parameters. What are going to be the parameters? we'll take in the list of students, the list containing the names of students, and the list containing the marks of the students. Okay, and when we do that, after we've gotten the sorted data, we have to print it in order of merit. So we use merit display, that takes in just data stud, okay, as parameter. I think that's the only thing for merit. Okay, yes. So after that, now we have to print the maximum and minimum marks. So we call the proceeding maximum minimum, which takes in as parameters the data for students and the marks. So we have data stud as parameter and marks, mark students. Okay, those are the two. I think with this now we are done with our program. So let's run and see if it does what we want. Okay, there's a problem. We did not increment our counter I. Okay, we did not format, that's why it did not appear correctly. We're supposed to format it. Okay. So let's try and see how it looks like. You see, so the student's name, we can see this is our program. Let's go. So the student name, the first name, I will enter. We have to enter just 5 names for demonstration. You will enter the rest. Okay, I'll enter the first student's mark 12.75. Next is Jean. With 18.5. I will enter 2 students with the same marks and see if it's going to print their 2 names. Okay, I'll enter another student, Maxi. Okay, Maxi also scored 18.5. I'll enter a student with name Jean, mark 17.25, and lastly Marie with a mark 10.5. Okay, so let's see. Voila, so let's see, it has taken in the data. You see it has run. There is a problem. The name of the student here for the ranking does not appear correctly. So let's check where I messed up. It stores the name very well. Okay, you see, I did not put them here. I did not call on this. That's why there was an error. So I will run the program again. Okay, the name Jasper 15.75, Jean, say 18.5, Marie, we'll give Marie 18.52. Okay, Peter, we have Peter 17.5, and lastly Carl will give him 10.5. So voila, so we see the ranking The first is Jean with 18.5. Mary is second with 18.5. They have the same ranking. So the names of the students with the highest mark, we have their names, Jean and Mary. And then the student with the least mark is Carl. Okay, so we can see clearly here that Carl has the least mark, and these two do have the highest number of marks. So that is it for these lessons on Python. It was such a pleasure for me to work on this project and lessons. Please, we would like you to encourage us by subscribing, liking our videos, commenting, and sharing them, because it will go a long way to encourage us, okay, to continue working. Thank you very much for your time. From the first lesson to this last, which talked about a case study which we have succeeded in writing the code. Thank you very much, and see you in our next lectures. God bless you. Ciao.